We had a long discussion
process that living in a place, Uganda and Burundi, which are acting side by side with the government of the DRC.
We had a long discussion inside among ourselves. And I was telling the Excellencies that I had been watching the situation in Africa as a close observer and also a participant for the last 65 years. Because he thinks the internal forces don't matter, we the neighbors don't matter, what matters are the foreigners who are supporting them. This really, you better focus on that. Because otherwise, why was Mobutu not listening? We were here, we could have helped him. So, that's how now the problem of Rwanda gets linked to the problem of Congo. When the Tutsis organized and attacked the Hutus in Goma, and then it led to the collapse of Mobutu. So that is this whole story. But it is solvable, because here in Uganda we solved it. We had the same problems. Sectarianism of religion, sectarianism of tribes. So we had a long discussion when we were inside there. I want to congratulate again His Excellency for the good work he has done. You had the elaborate report he gave. We are now going to, we know what the problem is. This can be solved. All of them, we sit here, we can solve them. Because this is, we are ancient people of this area. We are not new arrivals. There's nothing we don't know about all these countries, Rwanda, Burundi, Eastern Congo, Tanzania, Kenya. These are our people. So therefore, let's really solve this problem. It is easy. In my opinion, these problems are easy to solve. They are not difficult. What is difficult is three mistakes: philosophy, ideology, strategy. Once you make those mistakes on those three, then that's how a small problem becomes a big problem. So I thank everybody for coming, responding to our invitation, and I thank His Excellency and Aishimiye for shepherding this work in the last 2 years. So let's see what we are going to do in this phase, because we know what the problem is, and it can be solved. But Africans don't die. They are very strong. They don't die easily. Other people who are colonized, they perished. If you go to America, where the indigenous Indians, they are not there. There are very few. South America, the same. But here, we didn't die, we survived. Our genes, and our culture, because we had a culture of having cows and goats and chicken, and staying with us in our houses. So they were immunizing us. Our cows were immunizing us against the sicknesses. So when the Europeans came, we couldn't die. Slave trade, colonialism, but we survived. And we organized it. ANC was founded in 1912. They were the first modern organization of resistance. And we chased the invaders. But we still have these weaknesses, which really we should share. Frankly, when we have time. Why do you believe in tribalism? Sectarianism of tribe, religion. how will you create prosperity for your people? If you look at the Americas, South America is very rich in terms of natural resources. They have got, I think they are even richer than the United States. They have big rivers there, the Amazon. They have big forests, minerals, agriculture. They have everything in South America, Latin America. But USA is more prosperous than South America. Why? If it is natural resources, South America should be more prosperous than the USA. But the difference, in my opinion, is the way the Americans organize themselves to form a big market. They united those colonies of the British, 13 of them initially, then they kept adding. Now they have got 50 states. Now, if you are in that situation, it is easier for you if you are a wealth creator, you are a businessman. In New York, you produce something and it is sold all the way to California. It is much easier for you to succeed as a businessman. So therefore, really all these conflicts, when we meet, we talk about procedural things, this one here, this one here, but the big problem is ideology. These wars are caused by ideological limitation. So, my advice, because that's what was the problem of Uganda. Uganda was a failed state. People had no food in 1986, people had no food, shortages. No sugar, no soap, no salt, no paraffin in the shop. The problem was ideological. So we can talk about the mechanism, these procedural things, but we should also go deeper, in my opinion. And some of these foundations, like Mwalimu Nyerere Foundation, could be linked up with the secretariat or the ICAGR to do some analysis. It's not just diplomacy, it is really ideology. So I'm very glad that you came and we have had this meeting. And I can firmly tell you that it is easy to solve this problem. Okay. Like for instance, if the government of Congo and Rwanda could, the way we had started with this East African community, if they had stayed with us, together we would have solved this problem. But the East African effort was set aside. Because we have facts. Nobody can deceive me about any of these areas, because we know. But when you bring people who don't know, they just run with one little thing here. That's I don't have prepared speeches, but this is what I would want to comment to you.
With inclusion of only one, which was fresh and proposed by
yoyo ye buli kimu akijjamu n'akulaga mbu n'ebizibu biri mu balala n'ate nga bw'otunula nnyo is the main cause of buli kimu wa buli kimu byonna ebizibu biri mu Africa. Kino Museveni ali part kuyo wakugamba ebbanga lyonna abaddewo bw'aba baddewo ebbanga lyonna ate n'agano byonna nzize mbiraba nga bibeerawo mbadde ndi participatory mbadde mbiparticipatingamu mbadde mbibeeramu kitegeeza ye root cause oweebyo byonna ebizibu ebikyamu byonna ebigenda maaso mu Africa. Kati bwagamba Abazungu tetwagala muyingire mu nsonga zaffe tujja kuzeekolerako mbwe ekitemeseza Africa kuba nti abakulembeze wa Africa abamu bakkiriza abazungu okuyingira mu nsonga zamubazi bamalire bo ne balema ozikola ku kituufu naye ate ye nnamba emu mu kukola ebyo. Kati abazungu bwe mba nga mwabateekamu mu bintu byammwe ne mbalaga nno be balina okubeezaawo Africa, be balina okubabeeza mu nte, balina okukuuma obwannakyemalira bwammwe. Kati wano bwe boogera bino abazungu twagala bayingize mu nsonga zaffe, baforeigners bayingiza mu nsonga zaffe, Africa tekulaakulana, naye nga mmwe mwabateekamu bino babyogerako bwogezi kusavuwaza gwalaba omunayuganda gumwana wa Africa kusavuwa gamba abasajja tebaagala bazungu naye ate nga bwe badde eno bagamba tubadde tukubamu bukubi naawe mutuleke